One thing I would love to start with, and perhaps you could take our audience through, is just the inception of when you started your business in 2011. Tell us, what led to that threshold and how you made that leap.
Sure. I think Building RX is frankly a story of lemonade out of lemons. And I'd like to think it's a successful story of lemonade out of lemons. Having, as Justin indicated, worked at Sutter Health, got the taste of the large corporation, working for that large corporation, and frankly not feeling the ability to make that impact that Justin, you referenced, is important to me. Ended up going to work for another small consulting company and got that taste of small business. And the lemonade out of lemons was I actually got laid off from that company and realized, I can do this. And so instead of going and job hunting, I started with making my website, doing all the paperwork to become a corporation. Just dove right in. I tell people that I did this with every hat possible on my head, and describe it as I'm kind of scrappy. I've had people tell me that entrepreneurs are inherently scrappy. So I'd like to believe that I'm not fully alone in that, but I did definitely wear a lot of hats in starting up the company, from IT to marketing to the lawyer, which I shouldn't be doing, but putting my paperwork together for the corporation, to actually doing project management, and the company started out with both project management and product sales. And ultimately, since that time, we've dropped the product sales and we are solely focused on the service line of project management and construction management.
Excellent. So I'm hoping you can dig into both of those items, and perhaps you could kind of, as you mentioned, entrepreneurs are inherently scrappy, and so intrinsically we're always learning on the job and trying to figure things out and problem solve. So I would love to hear the story and just kind of how you came to that realization of okay, I'm doing this product sales, and I don't think this is there's much future here for whatever reason, right? So just kind of going, take our audience through that journey and dive into a little bit more of specifically what you do today to help support your clients.
Yeah. So the product sales, going into it, it was Justin knowing my working geniuses, and nowhere in there is galvanizing. So product sales, I knew from the beginning, was a stretch. But had an opportunity, and frankly, when I conjured up Building RX, I knew I had the project management, and I had this opportunity with product sales, and so in trying to put those together and not seem flaky, really trying to find the connection that would make that a relevant offering to potential clients, came up with Building RX, prescribing building solutions. So looking at the full gamut of what is needed for buildings, not just services but products. And I was successful in the product sales, but it was not my cup of tea. And as things developed with project management and got more clients with the project management, I chose to close down that product line side because it just wasn't me. So I love being the representative of the owner Building RX does do owner's rep project management as well as solely construction management, where I'm less in every realm of the project on the construction management side. But I love the project management side where I tell people I feel like I'm the goalie for the owner and can really see the whole field and help guide them through the project. So that's what I love about what I do.
It's amazing.
Would you say over the last 15 years, like you described with the product sales and like kind of realizing that leaning towards the other, that it's been an exploration and like, you learn more and you're like, oh, this is my strengths. This is kind of my we call them strategic anchors. Like I know that I've got a stronger leg to stand on with this area, so I'm going to refine and move. Like how's that, like over the years, how's that refinement process for you of gaining confidence, but also really understanding, the value that you and the greatest value that you bring to to your clients? Because I feel like that's happened to me, and I think a lot of other business owners, entrepreneurs, like having to figure out their lane, and really honing that and gaining confidence and getting over that we talked about it during when we had coffee, the bias, when you feel like you are a imposter syndrome. Like that process of getting to that place where you're like, I'm confident, I've got my lane, and I'm able to drive that forward. Because I know that's something a lot of business owners, especially a lot of entrepreneurs, I think that are women entrepreneurs, I've heard that multiple times. So how's it over the 15 years, how's that process for you been on really refining your craft and like where your lane is? Anything you can share with our audience around what you've done, or any insights of what's worked for you to kind of get to where you are 15 years in and everything like that?
Sure. I actually don't, I think it started way before the 15 years, when I was working for others, just developing that confidence and really seeing the proof in the pudding that people enjoyed working with me. People saw the results, like the project that I'm working on, Justin, that you were referencing up in Chester, Seneca Healthcare District. That was as the result of a past relationship when I was at Sutter. One of the people that I worked with on a project there seeked me out and said, "You will be my project manager," because of I loved how you managed the project that we worked on previously. So I think it's as much as we don't want to need that external validation, I think it definitely leads to the confidence. And so I think it's just continually seeing that. I mean, of course, there's times that you're not getting that, but knowing that the former is the primary reaction to your work, and the appreciation, and just knowing that you're bringing these projects in on time, on budget, that not everyone can do, and knowing that we are bringing the expertise directly. We've got people, myself and my and the other Building RX representatives, bringing just the expertise that I don't feel that, there's other companies that have, a deeper bench, but don't have the hands-on experience and the direct experience with the specifics of the projects that we work on. And so it's just realizing again and again and getting that exposure and saying, I have a lot to offer to these consultants, or to these owners rather. So I think it's a continual exposure to that.